3 months ago, I bought the Kato automatic train signal, but to get it to work, apparently you needed a power supply and accessory adapter, and that's what we're unboxing in today's video. So here is the power supply, it has 3 ports and a green wire at the end, and here's the instructions leaflet that it came with. So this is the accessories adapter. It also has that green port, and you just add this to the side of the controller. And it also comes with some labels, although they're all in Japanese. So here it is after plugging everything in, and I found it interesting the signal actually changes depending on which direction the track is powered. If it's red, it won't actually do anything, while if you turn it green, it does. So the way this automatic signal is activated is there's this metal plate at the bottom of the track, and when the train comes through, the wheel flanges are going to touch it and it's going to automatically activate it. So after the last axle of the train has passed, the signal, it stays red for about 5 seconds, and then it turns yellow for another 5 seconds, and then finally it turns green. So I also picked up this Kato terminal UniJoiner. It also came with this blue UniJoiner remover, which is a tool to remove the joints between the tracks. And it does come with some instructions on how to use it. So here is the typical Kato feeder track. It's just a wire connected to the middle of this straight piece of track. But if you want to power switches, you would need this terminal UniJoiner and replace the regular UniJoiners at the ends. So basically you would connect it right there, but you'll notice there's this wall over here, and the instructions actually talk about removing that. But I really didn't want to modify my Kato Unitrack, so I just plugged it in without doing that, so it worked out fine for me. As you can see, the UniJoiner feeder is working just fine as it moves all along. And actually found out if you change the points on the switch to the other direction, it will not power. So it's pretty cool that power is actually separated. I also found it interesting that if you power a locomotive, the train signal changes as well. I also got this Kato extension cord, it's a good length, and some Kadee 148 couplers. So the 148 is a whisker coupler. It also comes with some extra springs and some plastic gearboxes on the sprue, so you have to take that out. And I need to replace my Athearn P42's coupler because that has broken off. And assembling this is really easy, just put it inside the box. But do make sure the lid is flush because when I originally did it, it was not. And that's because I was following the instructions and they showed me this. But that coupler box is built slightly different, so I had to put it upside down and it worked fine. And here's the other side of the instructions just in case you want to see that for whatever reason. At the end though, it didn't really matter too much because I used the Athearn gearbox and just put the new coupler in. And here's how the Kadee coupler looks like on the P42. Very nice. So I definitely think the Kato automatic train signal is a really good addition if you have Kato Unitrack and you want to add something to the layout. I think light in general just makes things seem more alive, whether it's like the signals itself or it's like the cars, or even had in the background I experimented using my phone as a lamp. I think it's also a pretty cool idea that the train signal itself is automatic, that's activated by the train wheels, and it's timed so that when a train goes around a loop, by the time it comes back the train signal already reset, so you don't have to worry about it coming to a red light or something. For the cons, you do need the power supply and the accessory adapter just to power the signals, but they do also sell the HV21, which has 2 signals and this button, so maybe if you're buying it for the first time you should get that one instead of just this individually. As for the terminal UniJoiner, it's a really great way to power track switches, which I had a problem with if I had a train yard and had a bunch of switches. After I get past like the second switch, the locomotive would run out of power, and if you add in a feeder track, it's just gonna make your yard longer, which takes up more space. So it's pretty cool, and hopefully you can see it in future videos, although I do have to make sure they're all facing the same polarity as the rest of the feeder tracks. As for the Kadee couplers, I think they look great and they're really easy to assemble. I remember when I first got into model railroading, there was so much hype around Kadee couplers, like everyone's talking about it. So I did want to try it out eventually, so I think it's actually a really good replacement for couplers. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe if you hadn't already, and leave a comment if you have any comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.